be fair. Well. 2024. I swear to God, that just feels like a sci-fi. What did Blade Runner actually was supposedly taking place? I think that like we were already supposed to be in space. Let's find out. When did Blade Runner take place? By the way, my second favorite movie, 2019. So like we were supposed to be on different planets, gone with replicants in 2019. Instead, we were twerking and doing TikTok dances. I definitely do not camp, bro. For me, camping is a shitty hotel. Uh, I go to the outside, and then when I'm done with the outside, I go back inside, and I don't have bugs crawl on me. Oh, it's terrible. I New Year's Eve, I was getting ready right before I walked out the door. I was turning up my cleaning up my neck and whatnot, and I buzzed right down my face, and I hate it with a passion of a thousand suns. My wife literally told me gross when I left the door. Darth Brandius. But yeah, I want to talk about some random shit today. We're going to talk about the year in review and the stuff that I'm excited about coming out in the future here. If they would give me the Orc book, I would be wildly excited. We also have to talk about what I'm going to bring to LVO. We're going to talk about what shows were the best in 2023. I got a list of stuff that came out. I used a couple of the best sci-fi fantasy lists, and I don't agree with half of them. Exactly. My wife definitely carrying the love for me. I do have to immediately answer possibly the best super chats of all time. Lyle Dixon with first question. How dare you? How dare you, sir? And I dare because I'm sitting by the fire being old. If I only had some wine. I'm kind of jonesing right now for some wine. It makes me sad. Then we have, who do you think you are? And who do I think I am? I think I am Brad Chester, the tallest, healthiest man with the best flowing locks and the worst beard in 40K. And the last one is, where do you get off? And I'm going to save that for my OnlyFans. Kenneth Smith, 199 Super Chat. Thank you very much, brother. 2024, the year of Brother Corbulu. For Horace. Oh, man. I like that the two Super Chats are from lovers and haters of Sir Corbulu. So, you know what? You guys want to look at stuff that's coming out or stuff that already came out? I almost shaved that in, KR. I for sure, because I shaved right here, and I was like, I can't fix this because I shaved it to the bone. But I was thinking about leaving the rest of the hair, so I had a huge handlebar mustache and just shaving in some lamb chops. And my wife was not down with it. She was less down with that than she was no beard. So that was not really a thing. Thanks for coming in with a $5 super chat. I don't know who that last guy's super chat is, but they were fighting words. I do love that you guys are diametrically opposed on your Brother Corbulu stance. Death to Corbulu. Life for Corbulu. We'll have to settle this in the Thunderdome. It's going to be good times. I do love sitting by the fire answering questions, though, and just chatting around, doing nothing. It's going to be good times. Good times, bad times. It's all of the times, indeed. Can you please do a fake mustache overlay? I have no idea how to make a fake mustache overlay. I think I could draw on myself. Hold on. I might be able to do that. It's going to be tough. What's up, Playmaker? Are you on the road? Are you driving and watching this? I feel like you're breaking several laws right now. Oh, man. Now I got to figure out how to do a fake mustache overlay. That makes me sad that I don't know how to do this. I'm still looking. You know what? We'll figure that out. I feel like this is going to be like way too hard for me, and I'm going to be sad about it. Let's talk about the top 10. They had a couple cool ones. I used a couple different searches for this shit. I didn't agree with most of them, to be perfectly honest, but it did make me think about some of the shit that came out in 2023. You're riding and watching. Who's driving? Are you taking a limo the entire way up here? In my mind, that's what's happening. You're doing it, limousine riding, Ric Flairing it all the way here. I can get down with that. Seeing at night's overrated. Seeing it all. Having your brain work's overrated. I didn't see Linoleum. Did anybody see that? Am I the only person that didn't see this? Because I saw this on like a shit ton of lists. Somebody tell me what was the down with this. Because I did not see this. It's got Gaffigan in it, who's I think's hilarious as a stand-up. Yeah, Papa's coming. I like what's happening here. In my mind, he's just doing a drive-by. He's just gonna drive you up here and push you out the door. Also, I'm also assuming that your dad's like 5'2" and you're 11'8". For old people like me, Totally Killer was hilarious because she went back in time to the 80s and it was kind of cool for what it was. Mike's rocking in with the thing. They cloned Tyrone was kind of hilarious too. Oh, man, you didn't even get me to do it. I do need you to know, Mike, that Todd said he's not even mad about the Necrons. He's just disappointed. He thought you were a better person. I haven't seen part of these. It's weird for me because I usually see everything. Oh, man. Nice. I don't know what Clarksville is. That is a real city? I don't think that even exists. It does not. It's not a real thing. I like what's going on though. Are these like horror movies? Because I looked for sci-fi fantasy and they gave me like crazy shit. Also, they made a new Ninja Turtles. I don't like that. I like the old ones. So let's talk about Godzilla -1 because that was a proper monster movie. I haven't seen any of those either, KR. I saw you'd find the one Totally Killer is actually pretty funny. It's a time travel like slasher movie. It's crazy. Fort Campbell, I know where that is. But Godzilla -1 was pretty legit. If you like monster movies, it was super legit. Asteroid City, I didn't like it at all. I didn't see Poor Things. I actually have that on my list of things to see. Godzilla made you cry. I laughed. I cried. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse has been pretty badass forever. I don't know why they consider some of these sci-fi. I did like was a crazy-ass movie, dudes. Infinity Pool was nuts. What the hell is this? We're talking about everything. We're talking about upcoming shit. You know what? We're going to talk about upcoming stuff in 40K. Upcoming stuff in 40K and upcoming stuff in movies and videos. So I want codices, man. The thing said the goddamn I can't even talk anymore, and I'm on myself on this one. The thing, the map that we had said I was getting DA and I was getting orcs, and I was like, man, I'm gonna get DA and orcs by the time for LVO, and it's gonna be awesome, and I can choose which one I'm gonna play, and it's gonna be amazing. And they did not give me those things, and I don't think I'm gonna get either one of them before LVO, and I'm gonna be sad. Oh, you're rocking in. Oh yeah, I think you're bringing terrain, aren't you, Gary? That would be bad if you didn't show up. We've got a lot of people coming in from out of town. I think it's hilarious. It's like a local tournament, local GT tournament, where everybody come from all over. It's a big tournament. It's an actual great tournament. We've had it several years. Several years. I think it's 11 years running now. So, but we've always have a good time. Daryl from the game room always hooks us up right. We've got wild prize support. I'm telling you right now, you guys got to show up for this because like we bracket it out and like winning bracket 12 gives you a shit ton of money. So it's really nice. You get a ton of price support. You get a ton. We always have a good amount of people. I think this year we have 80, but that's specifically what they wanted. But we've had over 100 before when we expanded it out. So I have a shit ton of terrain in your car. I hope so. It is sad Chester on this. I'm excited for Saturday, everyone. We're gonna go out. We're gonna. It was the best of times and the worst of times because I have to play the Eldar list that I'm having. I'm super excited to play, but I'm also wondering how I'm gonna win any games with. Whoo! Like with the pre-order the 20th. Yeah, that seems so late, man. I know, but like, I really thought we were gonna get some December launches, you know, for Orcs and DA. And then I'd get to play them. Not only did I want it for LVO, but also I just wanted some new shit. You know what I mean? And I thought those would be out by now. You gotta have chili dogs. You're gonna riot. I want tacos, man. I'm a fool for tacos. I always will be. We'll probably go down the street. Oh, Jesus Christ. So Lyle literally sent me. He hurt my brain. Hold on. I'm gonna put this up. Hold please, Lyle, because wow, I didn't even know what the hell that was. So hold on, let me get this up for you guys. This is what I get from Lyle. Hold on, I gotta scroll this bad boy in here. Yeah, because he sent me over Gingerbread Man versus Evil Bong. What the hell is happening here? It is what? Just what? And I don't even know what to say. I watched the trailer for this twice. It's wow. I think just wow. It really sums up everything about that, to be honest with you. It was holy shit balls. I don't know where you found that, Lyle, but kudos, because that might be the most fucked up shit I've seen in a while. Coney dogs in Toledo? It depends what you get. Yeah. This is win it all. Classic battle of food versus evil. Dude, it is like, holy shit, what the fuck was that? I mean, I'm assuming that Brandon's already seen that because Valley sees every shitty movie ever. He's the one that told me originally about Cocaine Bear. Cocaine, there's a whole list of cocaine movies. It was Cocaine Bear, Cocaine like Raccoon or some shit. It was crazy. Corey becoming a $5 super chat. Brad watch Blood Machine. It's Rogue Trader beats Celestial Planet and Eye of Terror. I now need to know what Blood Machine is. So hold on. We're searching for this. Blood Machine, a 2019 film. Got some, weirdly enough, got some really good ratings. What is this? Who made this? Do you guys want to watch the trailer? I kind of want to watch the trailer together. We should watch the trailer. Hold on. We're going to watch the trailer. Hold, please. Let me make sure this is actually centered in the middle here. It looks close enough. Well, yeah, true. Scarface is a cocaine movie. You said there are 10 Evil Bong movies? I do not believe this. That can't be a thing. Let's see what we got here.
I've never seen so many wrecks. Maybe they had souls.
Blood Machine.
What are you talking about? Pull yourself together, Lago. My patience is wearing thin.
A man my age holds certain beliefs.
I like everything that's happening right now. You know, my boy Seth Ickerman.
Bring us back the Lima, or you and Lago will be in big trouble.
Blood Machines. Coming to a theater probably nowhere near you. That's a pretty fucking boss mode. I'm watching this tonight. What can I watch? Where can I find this? This is happening. This is happening for sure. Like, I'm just making this go down. You know, we should, I'm gonna find this and play it on the screen at Glass City. The Cocaineverse. There's Cocaineverse. Apparently, there's 10 Evil Bog movies, and now you sent me freaking Blood Machines. Shit's happening, man. Well, I haven't seen all the. I have not watched all of Letterkenny yet. It's funny because I watched part of it and I didn't like. I wasn't super excited about some of the episodes and I didn't finish it, but I will finish it. I forgot that I didn't finish it, to be honest with you. Oh, Screamers is boss mode. I thought they ran out of some stuff with Letterkenny. I do love Letterkenny, to be fair, but it was good, but they did stretch it. I think they stretched it a little too far, to be honest with you. It's one of those things where some of the gags became old, but I love them. Best movie ever, Better Off Dead. Dude, I need to watch Blood Machine. I gotta watch the rest of Letterkenny. Dude, I didn't even realize that I was missing out on so many things. I didn't know that apparently the Bong movies have 10 of them, Evil Bong movies. So, it was good times in that. I do have to watch the whole season of it, though. Gotta figure out what else I haven't watched, man. I need some new sci-fi series. Half the reason I wanted to talk about this shit this year with stuff coming out was to find new shit to watch, because I haven't watched a ton of new series. I think what was the last thing that I watched that was new, that wasn't a rewatch for me, was probably Blue-Eyed Samurai. Blue-Eyed Samurai was really cool as far as series go. So I do need to find some new shit to rock and roll. I'm looking for new series. Gotta rock those new series out. Just remember fucking Ostriches in a one-man event. I mean, come on, man. It was Boots and the Ginger. takes two people. Even if you had a sick ostrich, it's going to take two people. Shudder, 7-day free. All right, I'm going to check that. You know, you say 7-day free trial. That just means that I'm paying for some random subscription for like 6 months because I'll never remember to fucking cancel it. That's why I try not to sign up for fucking anything, because I just never remember to cut it off. You're like, 7-day free trial. That means I'm paying for 6 months of service. Boo. Boo to you, sure. Banshee? Was that the... I feel like I watched that. I don't remember. Is that the one where it's like a small town cop dude comes somewhere? Even a sick ostrich, exactly. Allegedly. Allegedly, guys, it takes two people. Even a sick ostrich. Did I watch Silo? I think I did watch Silo. I gotta look that up again. Hold on. Now I gotta look up Silo to make sure I know what I'm talking about. Silo drama series. I did not watch Silo. Ooh, so I've got multiple things I have to watch. Blood Machines, Silo, finish out Letterkenny. I'm in. And I might check out Banshee. I think is an older series. It's not, Gary? Yeah. I did watch Banshee. 100%. I remember that now. Because it's that dude that all his crew and eventually shows up to talk shit. Here's the question, kids. Is the live action adaptation of The Last Airbender going to be not the worst thing in the universe? Because that movie they put out was a train wreck. It was a tornado of dicks. Oh, The Expanse is still boss mode. It's amazing. I've watched it multiple times on that. Rewatch Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Uh, in the shock of the century, Brad bought me a drink. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Yes, the last Airbender of the movie was fucking bad, bad, bad. Wait for it. Bad, 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 bad. It was phenomenally terrible. That might be top 10 major releases for me. I mean, we're not talking about USA Up All Night movies. Half of you guys aren't even old enough to know what USA Up All Night movies were. But yeah, like out of major releases, that thing was a pile. Not in the Night Shyamalan. Yeah, the series was cool. I like the animated series. It was fun. So that was pretty sweet on that. You know what I'm super excited? Is Fallout going to be good? I love Fallout, the series. I played Fallout 1, I played all of them. But I was really cool. I loved the originals, Fallout 1 and 2, when they were still turn-based, which was awesome. But I saw the preview for the series, and I'm wondering if it's going to be good or if it's going to be a trash fire. And I'm really worried about it. I love that. Meg 2 is super bad, and I went into it expecting to watch the Meg 2. It was still pretty fucking pissed. That makes me happy on that, to be honest with you. Those movies were bad, man. Those are like Jaws but suckier. But go back to Fallout. Tell me if you guys think Fallout is, you know what, I'm going to create a poll for this. Starting a poll. Will Fallout be awesome? Start poll. Both. Corey goes, do you have anything 40K wise to talk about? Or are we just talking about shit you're going to download on Pirate Bay? Both. A little bit of both, to be honest with you. I wanted to figure out what series I want to watch. And then I want to talk about what's coming out in 40K. Because we got to talk about what I'm going to bring to LVO. Because I'm still kind of torn between saying I'm going all in meta-wise and playing CSM. And then there's the idea of just throwing down orcs again. Or I could throw down Necrons and play Canoptic Court. And those are probably my three options that I'm going to go with. I was debating on, I could play Vanguard Marines, Ultramarines with the Vanguard detachment. I think that plays really well, but I just don't know how well it's going to play on player place terrain. You can do less shenanigans, but you can pick shit up all the time. So I'm really debating on what I'm going to do with that. So it's really what I'm going to do with whether I want to have, like, I'll have more fun with the orcs, but I think I have a better chance of winning. Obviously, if I'm going to go for max chance of winning, it's CSM. The Marines are probably still up there with Marnius Calgar boys. You like the Necrons for me? I mean, the Necrons are really good, man. I really like the Canoptic Court list. Right now I'm playing the double flayed ones, Death Marks, 18 Wraiths, 3 Technomancers, the Nightbringer, 12 Tomb Blades, and some other 2 Doomstalkers. I really like it. I didn't think I was going to like the Doomstalkers as much, but they always are shooting from the home, and the home always has the power matrix, so you get full rerolls on them all the time. The new balance shape won't hit in time, Corey. We're just playing the old meta. I mean, it is meta or cool shit, but it's like in the middle, though. I can play meta. The Necrons are like meta plus. The thing about player place, in all seriousness, is when you're playing player place, the most important thing is to figure out where you're placing all of your terrain before you place any of your terrain. I cannot stress that enough. The biggest mistake I watch people make all the time is they get their first piece and they slam it down and they don't measure because some of the terrain's just big as shit, and they don't measure exactly how it's going to interact with all the other pieces. So you want to figure out basically your entire concept before you place anything down. And your opponent can only really affect you once, because it's just the midline. After that, everything else is back. So you got to start measuring all that shit out and seeing where you're going to put. The other big thing about player place terrain is you have to look for, where am I going? So you have to place your terrain and then place it for where are you going to the next? Because it's not about just not getting shot on turn 1. It's about where you're going on turns 2, 3, 4, 5. So I see people all the time do that. And the other thing is, man, pre-measure. Look for those angles. How you orient your terrain, oriented 10 or 20 degrees, could be literally the difference between having a great game and having a shit game, because you didn't measure out where the deep strikes and the angles are going to be from there. It's a huge different deal. The sub-faction, I really like sub-faction, to be honest. I like that sub-faction. It's really how I like to play. It's just take the board, deny points, play shenanigans. They've got tons. They've got a Nurgle strat where the Canoptic Court where you can't shoot them. It's big. It's big. So 5 minutes only on that. It's a big thing. It's you're ready for all the Mickey Mouse. Yeah, because they lost the IP on that. So everybody can now use Steamboat Willie for anything they want, which is a big deal. You can just jack it up. Back to player place, because I don't have an adult. So basically what happens is every single comment, I accidentally go off to an offshoot on that. But the player place train's such a huge deal. I had a huge, my run last year, like where I just played the hardest strength of schedule I've ever played, I think. The whole reason I think I made it through that was just because of the fact that I had played player place train more than most of my opponents did. It's super huge on that. If you fuck up, you're just in a world of hurt, man. So I can't say to take your time on that. See, I don't like that much. The 20-man warrior block with the chrono, the recalling with the monolith. One, the monolith makes me have heart palpitations because it costs too much. You shouldn't just drop the thing that's the best in the middle. Eloise, kaboom! Just bring it. It's a big deal on that. The player place terrain is like one more thing. It's another reason why I just like fixed terrain, because I don't like another game inside the game with that. I mean, I like that with pairings and shit if you're playing teams, but like they don't set aside any extra time for that. So it's just one of those things where you take a game that sometimes you're going to time with already and you're adding time to it. And I think that it actually takes, if you're doing your terrain properly, it will take you a little bit of time. So you only play player place. I mean, it's fine, but I'm not against player place terrain. It's just not my favorite. Like I like, my favorite is fixed terrain that moves per the mission. So if, the deployment or per the deployment, they have the terrain that adjusts per. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass for the TOs. Gary had with the Air Force had it nice because he had it mapped out. So they made the players fix the tables and they changed per table. I like that a lot. That's my favorite style. Play fixed terrain that changes per deployment is my favorite by far. After that, fixed, and then my least favorite is just straight player placed. And I don't hate it. It's just like that's the order that I like them in. So they're gonna, don't get me started, KR. The rumors are that they're gonna drop the data slate right before LVO. Basically, obviously after they're cut out, but right before. So it's either gonna be, what I've heard is it's gonna be effectively 2 weeks from yesterday, and who knows. So, exactly. I told you. I gave you props, Gary, for Armed Forces. I that's my preferred deployment. That's my preferred terrain. I just like that a lot more. So it also helps with newer players and things of that nature. It just also makes you just have more time playing the game. You know what I mean? I just want the social interaction. I want to be able to sit and drink my wine and tell you stories that you don't want to hear. I heard that on the 17th, like I said, it's 2 weeks. 2 weeks from yesterday is what I keep hearing. Wait until we have holographic game boards. They'll still be arguing over what type of holographic board we're using. So I think that's going to be a big deal on that. I still haven't, I should probably I'm going to put a poll up in a minute for what I'm playing. Will they buff Votan by having Sagittar in stock? Probably not, to be honest with you. I don't understand how they work as a freaking company when they consistently don't have product in stock. It's fucking nuts to me. They get people super excited about the models and the lines, and then they just don't let you buy things. It's like any other company, you would just get fired for doing that. All right, let's put up a poll. What am I playing for LVO? And I think this is, I'll put up 4 things. Poll engaged. Boom. Oh, the VA Hall was amazing. I have to give Gary super props on this because, like, drinking at the VA was wildly cheap and it was so awesome. So, I'm not playing Pure Quins. Sorry, Lyle. $2 super chat. Thank you very much. I'll read that. I am so not putting that there because then we'll get 100% votes and then I'll try to make Pure Quins work, which is not happening. I already got cyber bullied into playing that weird Eldar list this week by you. Am I going to play Old Worlds? Yes, 100%. I love fantasy. I think fantasy's badass. I'm probably going to play. I like Chaos a lot. I had 3 factions. I played Dwarves. I played a little bit of Empire, but I played primarily Chaos. I loved having the Marauder Horsemen and the Chaos Knights and blocks of Chosen and shit like that. I love that game. I'm 100% afraid you'll vote for it. I refuse to put it up there. World Leaders are a badass army. I don't know why I don't like them more. You'd think I would, but they don't have any shooting, which just kind of bugs me a little bit. What's going on, Carmona? You got to vote in the poll. I loved Fantasy Battle. I love Fantasy Battle because of the fact that if you just won in the move phase, even if you rolled for shit, you might still win combats. Because they had pluses for flanking, rear charging, and taking away ranks and stuff like that. Uh-oh. Kenny City coming in with a $1.99 super chat. Vanguard with Corbulu. Right in your face, Lyle. Corbulu coming in. Anvil of Doom, Zach. That's how it's all about. I have not talked about the point leaks because I don't like to get into the leaks. We got into huge trouble about that in the beginning of the year. So like until something gets actually released, I just don't talk about it because I don't want to get exploded by GW. No. I don't want my army nerfed. They did have Lord of Skulls. I have to do I'm doing an orc cast tonight. Anvil of Doom, baby. I'm not against CSM. I'm back and forth about what I want to take. Because I kind of don't want to lose my best orcs. So I do have to. It would be nice to put up one more score. Because I have 4 scores and I think I can get past. So it just depends on what I want to do. I love it. Lyle, if you play Corbulu at LVO, I will steal this channel from you. I can do it. I have nothing but time and spite on my hands. I love everything about that message. I need to get video, but dude, I love RPG games. I've been playing a lot of I played a lot of BG3. I still love the Pathfinder games. I played Kingmaker, but I really like Wrath of the Righteous quite a bit. And I Civ 6 it all the time. Oh, the Thousand Suns, the army's good, but like it also falls apart. That Thousand Suns is a weird army for me because it does insanity amounts of damage, but like if you get a couple key pieces taken away, it's just instantly fucked. So it can. Thousand Suns is the army that's not going to win the tournament, but might make you not win the tournament. The true story, Carmona. You do make some goddamn good lists. If you could bring back one legend unit, what would it be? Ooh, that's a tough one. One, I would bring back one of the bike units just so Brandon would stop bitching so much about his entire cabinet being legends. So I would do that. I would pour one out for Brandon. I would definitely throw that down. I was really surprised that they didn't replace a lot of the legend stuff. And I know like lots of people are like, hey man, uh, the Marines have more shit that got legends than you have data slates, but they had a lot of stuff that's been in the Marines for just forever, it felt like. And I was surprised they didn't replace them with an equivalent, because there's a lot of units that were core staples of Marines for just like years and years that they legends. And I was just really surprised that they didn't give them something to immediately replace them of like unit style. Only get Brandon back scout bikers. The dogs are killing each other. Not that they're not killing each other. They want to make sure. Apparently, Eloise, you've got dog fighting going on in your house. Have to make a buck. Like, look, times are tough. We got dog fighting going on now. It is Thunderdome dog fighting. 2 dogs go in, 1 dog comes out. They're also small dogs fighting each other. It's going to take a while. They got to make one Marine release a month. Yeah, you know what they should do? Give me back some of the stuff on bikes and things of that nature, and stop giving me lieutenants and captains. What is there? 48,000 lieutenant and captain models right now? It's insane. It's fucking stupid. Patronus. I thought about that. The T-Sons might actually get that. You could do anything with them. They're basically soulless bodies. Okay, because Aramon did the ultimate, my bad, yo. Oh, God. Yes, exactly. Very pro. It'll get a sound clip of it. Call your senators. I love everything about that. Clip it. Put it on loop. It's all of the things. What's the vote at right now? Oh, man, this is very even. The only one's getting no love is Ultramarines. I got to figure this out. I really don't know when I'm bringing LVO, though. Team Day, you gonna go to the Mexican place down the road? It's always a good La Camino. El Camino, sorry. I'm just making up names of places. Also, you can go down the street. I mean, we can go to the Japanese steakhouse is good. We can go a variety of places, to be honest with you. It's going to be good times. I don't know why Brandon hates J. Alexander. It's so funny that you say that. Brandon's like, don't go to J. Alexander's. And literally, Alan goes, hey, man, what's that one steak place we went to? I really liked it. I want to go there again. There is so much Mexican food in Toledo, Carmona. You are a liar. You're a liar, a thief, and a cheater at cards. There's so much Mexican food. Authentic. Thank you very much. Yeah, just because you decided to try to pull a Brad and go to the hospital when I asked you to go out to eat, you were like so against eating with me. Carmona's like, look, man, I'm just gonna go to the hospital and see how it works out. Screw this shit. Look, man, you know that the towel was not my fault. There's literally videos of me taking great care of it, and then TSA destroyed me. It's not my fault. I said sorry. I'm moving along. I'm doing a 80s action movie. I'm throwing the bomb behind me, just walking slowly away from the explosion. Not looking behind me. Helen is way too loud. I mean, period. But we love him. Exactly. Carbona said, I'd rather have a stroke than eat with you. Beirut's fantastic, actually. We might go there. I really like that place. That's probably one of my favorite places in town. But I also love Lebanese food so much. Like, I could eat that all day, every day. It's fantastic. It is my favorite of the foods. I do. What do you guys think is going to get hit the hardest? Or are we going to get? Because I've been looking at the points quite a bit, and I'm worried about a couple of the factions, because I think that if that they hit them too hard in points or that they're just going to be terrible. So I'm really worried about what they're going to do. Like our sisters are going to get point nerfs, so they're going to get point hikes. I saw the leak stuff. I think that there's a couple of different armies that might really be bunkered. I'm worried that they're going to mess around with Votan because they had a high win percentage, but they have such a low data sheet, so that if they fuck up, one or two of the data sheets, all of a sudden you don't have an army to play. Overwatch. I don't play a lot of pew pew games. A lot of RPGs, not a lot of pew pews. Triple Eldar nerfs. I think Eldar is going to be punted into the sun, to be honest with you. If like it, I have absolutely no knowledge, but if I were going to make bets on it, I would say that Eldar is going to get booted into the sun. They're just going to get blasted. Because if you basically say that Night Spinners don't work, and you change the mechanics for the Night Spinner and the Incarn, and then they get hit with some more dusting of pointers, I think they're going to just be like semi-trash. And I think the Votan probably has the biggest risk of being bad after the nerfs, because of the fact that they have so few models, so few data sheets, that I think that it's going to be a big deal with them if they get hit. G-Man, you could do like lots of them, to be honest with you. G-Man could always just fit into an Iron Storm, to be honest with you. Just make Ultramarines Iron Storm and just pew pew people. Bobby G's too expensive, but he's still good. Dude bangs. And he's still got good fluff. Custodes, I think, are going to be fine when they get their codex. The question is will they bother to touch them significantly until they get their codex? Because they're in the second round of codexes, right? So it's going to be Orcs and DA, and then we've got Tau and Custodes, so the next two. The Custodes have to get better. He's like, they can't get worse. But the build around for G-Man is really just to take a huge volume of shooting. He's just, I just think that you can play a good Ultramarine. I mean, you could literally put him in. Hell, you could play the Vanguard list I was just playing. With just use Bobby G and Marnius, and just go YOLO Swaggins on it. Be Ultramarines for life. But you can just get away with like some super bang up shooting on that. He's also like kind of a badass in combat, so you can use him as a backfield controller. You think 2 to 4 months for Custodes? I feel that they had such an aggressive calendar of when the codices were coming out that I can't see them not putting that out. Custodes get better. It's going to temper chosen spam into labradoodles. Nid points and what they are in the codex. The thing with Nids is I still don't understand why Nids aren't winning more, to be honest with you, because I think that Gargoyles are just busted. They're such a good unit. For 75 points, you get 10 dudes that move 18 plus D6 because they can shoot and scoot, and they're OC2, their infantry fly. I take 40 in every list. So, and then you've got things like Neurogons, which are super cheap for the points, because they get 11 bodies per. He's good. G-Man doesn't make my list because he's way too many points. I also think I don't like taking things that are a ton of points individually, period, but I think Bobby G's overcosted. They upped his cost 2 or 3 times, but they upped his cost while they took his buff down. Like, he used to be insanity when he used to have that aura around him. So bringing 30 of them on Saturday, jeez, dude, they're so good, Gary. They're crazy. I just don't. I think that Nids are just why the codex is better than the performance that it's been getting, because I think that the big bugs aren't just the answer. I really think that the Never Ending Swarm is disgusting, but you don't have to just take that. It's just they have a lot of their board control things are just really, really good. Between Gaunts, Gargoyles, Neural Gaunts, Death Leaper's fantastic for his points. I just think that like the list has so much move blocking and board control options that it should be doing better, but I think people are just trying to like leverage into damage. And I don't think it's a great codex for damage, but I do think it's a great codex for just winning. I mean, you can bring solo swarms, the deep strike, you put a biovore, you keep putting spores out. You can literally take fixed on secondaries and just rack up a 40 almost every time. 100%. Sam Pope's got rocking it with the swarm. He's putting up big points. I just think that they score so well. The army, the tier 2 army has some damage, but I don't think you can build it around old school just trying to smash damage on it. The tier 2 army is about scoring max secondaries and taking the board, stealing the board, move blocking the board. You have three waves of gargoyles and gaunts. Your opponent just gets pinned in and all of a sudden just gets a shit score for primary, and you're probably locking them down for secondaries because they have nowhere to go because you're filling up the rest of the board, and then you just consistently hammer out your secondaries. That army's really good at scoring. Inceptors do, but if you're talking about Unending Swarm, they have enough ability to just block out. Into GT, bring the Swarm 100%. It's so good. Sam Pope's been doing really well with Swarm. It's just, I really like that army, and I think that the Nins are doing poor because of the fact that they're bringing too many just big shit. A lot of people you see are just bringing the big dude army, and I don't think the big guys, besides like the Exocran, who's fantastic for his price, besides that, the rest of the big guys are like either adequately costed or overcosted, and what you're looking for is undercosted shit that you can spam. And I think that the small models are just doing a better job of taking the board. I'm always surprised when I see their win rate since the data slate has dropped, because I just thought they were going to do like, but yeah, your back is weak. Yeah. I mean, that's the biggest thing is I play that list except for I just die. So it's a really tough army to play on that. Just play 10 games at LVO with 200 and some models is a bitch and a half. You can do 120 gaunts a turn, but the thing is, Carbona, is like it's hard to kill 120 gaunts a turn when they don't give you great angles because they're pushing gargoyles 24 inches at you. You know what I mean? And they're just move blocking the shit out of you, so they're moving up. That's assuming that the opponent's just putting everything in your face. No, you're move blocking again, and then you got a third wave of move block, and they're locking you down, so they're trying to cut those angles off. And they're not just putting other shit in the open. They're going terrain to terrain to terrain. Now, that list works a billion times better on GW terrain than it does on player place terrain because of the fact that you can set those longer firing arcs up on your player place terrain. There's no ad back in the poll. I won't be taking ad back for yeah. I think that if I was going to guess on CSM nerfs, I would have to say that they're going to nerf the Chosen for sure. They're going to nerf the Forge Fiend for sure. I don't know what they're going to do about the Blitz. I think that the Blitz probably are fine if you would nerf the stuff around them. So what you're saying is you're taking Nids to LVL? No, because I don't think I can play 10 games with that kind of list. I would just die. I don't think I'm physically able. Same thing. Also, I just don't like Guard. I don't like Guard or AdMech. I don't like their fluff. They're not interesting to me. So that's kind of what I like about them. I could be, if they would ever make my Eldar not lame, I hope they buff the Don and the G-Man. I really like those. Also, the Don's model is badass. I would literally die playing this. 100%. There's a lot of things that are just really, really busted up. But I'm wondering, what they're going to take. I think that the Chosen are going to go up a lot. I think that the Forge Fiends if I was betting on them, I'd say 25 to 30 points at least. There's no way that they're not going to. The thing about GW is they've always said they nerf shit if something shows up in every single list, and we're not talking about, you know, some of the factions that don't have very many data slates, but they've always said that if something shows up in every list, that's something that they have to take a look at and nerf it. If Space Wolves, I do love me some puppies. Oh, but I once they fix heirloom weapons, then I'll play some more Space Wolves. It annoys the shit out of me that they went from thunder hammers to heirloom weapons. Like, come on, man. That shit was jacked. But I mean, CSM probably needs more nerfs than Eldar do, because I actually think CSM clobbers Eldar right now. I don't even think it's close. When you're looking at the two armies up against each other, I think CSM just smokes Eldar. You just yeet the Nurgle Strat into the sun and 2CP the Zealous. I can see that, which is the full rerolls of to hit and a wound. I mean, it's 1 CP for full rerolls is pretty fucking bonkers, to be honest with you. It's going to be tough nerfing Votan. I really think that they could fuck up. I think that the army that could be the most fucked from the nerfs is Votan. Again, because they have the least amount of data sheets. And if you mess up, they nerf them too hard, it's just the synergy just becomes trash. For Sisters and Death Guard just get nerfed because they always get nerfed a little bit. Oh, the Death Squad combo is nuts. I mean, you can put out some serious damage on it. I just think it's a shooty army. I do want to see Dev Squads actually become more legit. The Undivided Chosen in the Nurgle Rhinos, is somebody that they used to have so many more restrictions on chaos with the marks. You just couldn't even take shit together back in the day. And you definitely couldn't take a corn mark dude and a Nurgle Rhino with an undivided squad and all this other shit. I mean, yes. They should, packs should just cause mortal wounds 100%. Whether it's 3 D3, I don't care. It's just there's almost no downside for packs right now because most of the things that you're packing just have rerolls or you just don't care. You take D3 mortals on your Forge Fiend, you're just like, yeah, whatever, man. I give no shits. Are you really nickel and diming a Forge Fiend down? You know what I mean? It's not really happening. Yeah, the fact that I put him in the corner. But I still think Death Guard. I think Death Guard are in a great spot right now. If they leave them the hell alone, I think they'll be perfect. I think the Death Guard and Sisters probably need to be just to have them, let them be, and then nerf the other shit around them. Kind of. The simplification not allow vehicles to loan up. Yeah, 1000%. That's a stupid rule. I mean, the fact that you can't target a huge vehicle, that something that can shoot at you, that does real shooting at you also, is super annoying. You know, when you Nurgle Strat the Forge Fiend, you're like, so that dude got real stealthy? I don't think so. Like spitting out black ichor from its engine. That's just so stupid to me. But I feel that that's mostly going to change. I don't know. They have to do a decent amount of stuff to CSM. CSM's like really tough right now. So I think they're going to hit him with multiple nerfs. I just can't imagine that they don't wreck Night Spinner's mechanic and the Incarn mechanic. Like together, those things are just like, they feel so unfun. It's not even that they're just the win rate. It's just so many armies just feel like they can't do anything when you just hit them with that shit. And people just know, who the fuck wants to play against that? It just, you get so annoyed. You're like, okay, cool. I can barely move my army and I can't do anything about it. Sweet. Awesome. oh, I can never put any of my trash on the board because you instantly teleport over here and charge me. Great. So like it's just not a feel great army, win or lose. So it's just I can't imagine that they keep having that go down. CSM's probably going to get multiple nerfed. I if I was going to bet on it, like sorry KR, but I just don't think they're going to do that much to the custodes with the fact that they're getting a book fairly soon. So they might touch them. Maybe I'm wrong, but you know I can't see them touching them that much when they already are getting a book. I'm just trying to think of who else needs buffed and whatnot. I'm worried that they're going to smash Inceptors, to be honest with you. I wish they would just have different points for the different people with different weapons. Just make weapons cost points again. There's just a big difference in some of these units. You know what I mean? That's why you have some trash weapons on these squads, too. Later, Bader Gator. I mean, you can do a ton of stuff with the Night Spinner. Night Spinner used to be super cool. I'm going to start doing fireside chats like this, but I didn't even realize we're getting to the end of it. So I'm going to start doing fireside chats like this on Thursdays and or occasionally Sundays, but I'm going to put them up in the Discord, and I'm going to have everybody do questions for a week, and then I'm going to answer all the questions on the chat. So today, I just wanted to talk a little bit about nonsense. Also, Brian couldn't make it, so I had some other stuff that I want to wait for him because I wanted to do some community model things that I want to show. A Knights and Drakari, I mean, here's the thing about that, brother. Knights, I think, are fairly easily because you already have Chaos Knights doing fine. You roll back a lot of the stuff. You roll back the points for sure. You give them back Bondsman. And then I think Knights will be fine-ish. Drakari needs a rewrite. Drakari needs to do a rewrite, and then the problem is that they, as long as Eldar are OP, Drakari are going to be a problem because you can put Drakari in your Eldar. So either they separate them better, which they used to do, or Drakari is always going to suffer on that. So I think that you just separate them completely, and then you make Ynnari its own wildly different thing. So the thing is that I think the Drakari needs a wild rewrite. I think Knights just need to roll back all the shit they did to him nerf-wise. Drakari is super fun to play. It's just the fact that like a lot of the great units became trash because of the increase in toughness. So like witches just hit things and they just basically tap the paint and do nothing. Drakari is one of my favorite armies to play. Super fast, crazy. The fluffum's insane because half of them are just looking to do insane shit and not really care about whether or not they win it. Yeah, I agree on that. The Inceptors might get smashed, and I just wish that they would separate, even if you made a different line, because there's a wildly different, should be different when points. If you had like an all Thunderhammer unit versus an all Astartes Chainswords unit, you know what I mean? So it's a lot of this stuff's just way different, and it should be different. All right, what did the poll tell me? The poll told me that everything was almost equal. Orcs, 35%. That was a tight poll. I'm surprised. I thought it would be, and I'm super glad that I didn't put up pure Harlequins because I knew that would have got 98% of the vote, and I would just ignored it. So I might. I'm going to start next week. I'm also going to put up my sample, like the things that I'm testing for LVO, and just put them up because I just don't care if people see them. So we're going to do that too. So on that note, I'm going to go talk about orcs with an orc cast. As always, everyone, thanks for hanging out. Oh, I did not do anything I supposed to have said. Please like and subscribe. Really helps the channel out. Literally makes everything better for the metrics. And until, I would say tomorrow, but it will not be. Until Monday, I will see you soon. Queenswave.